Hello friends, welcome to our channel Mechanical Motivator. In this video, we will be seeing an introduction to force vibration. So what is force vibration? A system experiencing a vibration under the force. So vibration which occurs under the influence of external force will be coming under force vibration. So what happens here is a system will be ideal, and once we apply a force means then the system will be started vibrating, and it will be keep on vibrating because we are keep on applying the external force. So the basic difference between free and forced vibration is, in free vibration you can take an example of a cantilever beam, and once you apply a force initially we'll be applying a force on the beam, and then we'll be leaving it idle. So after some time what happens is the beam will be coming back to its equilibrium state. But whereas in forced vibration, the applied force which are applying will be keep on applying until the vibration prolongs. So this is the basic difference between free and forced vibration. Example we can tell many, like vibration in air compressor. If you take automobile means, once you on the engine means then there will be vibration, and once you off the engine means then there won't be any vibration. We can also tell an example as a ringing bell in electric, or else you can also tell machine tool during operation, a lathe machine. So there will be vibration plays a major role in those places. So if you want to cause this vibration, we must need a forcing function, right? These can be as external and internal excitation. That is, external excitation means which it can be in terms of a motion. It can be in the form of motion, like which is produced in one dynamic system to another. So it will be keep on transmitting. So just imagine both the systems are very much rigid means, then just imagine once vibration started means, then there will be several degree of freedom. So that is a separate chapter. If we keep on going in that means, then we can't cover the remaining. So just understand there are two types of excitation. One will be external and another one will be internal. So internal type of excitation will be occurring mainly due to the imbalance in the system. So in order to have such type of external excitation force or forcing function, we must need to know, we have to go through in detail. So now we'll be seeing next slide also. So there are two types. We must be familiar with this forcing function, that is periodic and non-periodic. So the applied force can be a periodic force or non-periodic force. So periodic forcing function means we can say harmonic forcing and non-harmonic forcing in terms of periodic. If it's a non-periodic means, what happens, it will be coming under impulse forcing, and they produce transient vibration. These types of vibrations are very important and they die out easily. Actually, transient vibrations are caused by impulsive force, and these forces will be having a delay with time and vanishes immediately. So transient vibration will be taking place at the damped natural frequency of the system. So next one will be example we can say as a rock explosion, that is keeping a bomb on the rock, and once the bomb bursts out means the rock will be crushed. Next one will be random forcing function. So random forcing function means these forces are unpredictable and non-deterministic. They are very difficult to formulate. So these types of forces are random, will be having a random vibration. An example we can say, easy an example is a ground motion during the earthquake. So earthquake will be coming under random forcing function. So next we'll be seeing types of vibration. So types of vibration, there are two types of vibration. One will be undamped vibration and another will be damped vibration. In undamped, there won't be any damper. In damped vibration, obviously we'll be having a damper. So other than this, these things, there are also few various reasons of unbalance in the system, like thermal effect, resonance, loose or defective mating parts, mass of the rotating part not distributed uniformly, magnetic effect, even we can also call say variation in turning moment of the engine. So these may be the various reasons which will be inducing for the unbalance in the system. So now next we'll be seeing the governing equation, right? So actually we'll be having a diagram here. In this diagram we'll be having a spring and a damper, and both the spring and the damper are connected to a mass. So mass is tied at the bottom. So what happens here is, just imagine, since we are having spring means then there will be a restoring force. Since we are having damper means there will be a damping force. So initially what happens, there won't be any force, but once we apply a force on this mass, what happens is the mass will be pulled downwards, right? So actually what happens here is, this is the external force. F naught sine omega t is the external force which we are applying on it. and this F naught is the static force, and this omega is the angular velocity of the periodic disturbing force. So downwards we will be getting an accelerating force, that is m d square x by dt square. This will be an accelerating force, and s x. S means stiffness and x means displacement or deflection. So this will be denoting restoring force, and c means damping coefficient. Dx by dt is the unit velocity. So c dx by dt will be denoting the damping force. So what happens here? A accelerating force, a restoring force, and a damping force. Summation of all these three will be equal to the applied force. So we will be having two types of function, complementary function and particular integral. So these things will be seeing in upcoming videos. So next we will be going on to the formulas. Actually in force vibration, we need to know few formulas. Once we know the formulas, means it's very much easy for us to solve the problem. That is, initially we'll be determining displacement for force vibration. So x will be the displacement. They will be also calling as amplitude. So x means amplitude, x max means maximum amplitude. So this is the generalized formula. So F will be denoting the external force, and C is the damping coefficient, and omega is the angular velocity. S means stiffness, M is the mass, and omega is the angular velocity. So this is the basic formula. In questions, actually we will be determining the maximum amplitude of vibration, and this is the final formula. So X max is equal to F by root of C square omega square plus S minus M omega square whole square. So this is the basic formula. We'll be having all the data. It's very easy to calculate. So once they are asking us to calculate the phase angle, means, and this is the common formula for tan phi C omega by S minus M omega square is a common formula. So take keep phi around on the left hand side and take tan inverse to the other side. So this is the formula for phase angle. So in condition, in question, if they are giving a condition as neglecting damping, means, then put C is equal to 0, and X max formula will be like this. If they are in the question, if they are giving at resonance condition, then omega will be equal to omega n. So X max formula will be changing to this. So omega means the circular frequency of the body, and omega n will be natural frequency of the vibrating body. So applied force which we apply, right? So that will be denoting omega n. So this is the resonance condition. So in 2 marks, mostly they will be asking question from resonance. Resonance means this is the condition, omega is equal to omega n. So circular frequency of the body will be equal to the natural frequency of the vibrating body. That is, once we apply the force, right? So already a body is there, so it will be having some circular frequency. Once we apply a force on the body, then there will be a different frequency. So that will be denoting the circular frequency of the applied force. So next one will be phase angle. So phase angle means the time lag between the external excitation force, that is F will be denoting the external excitation force, to the displacement response of the system. So X will be the displacement response of the system. So we have saw basic introduction to force vibration. I hope it's very much clear. In case we are having any doubt on force vibration, just type in the comment section, or else if you want me to put any other video on particular topic, just type on the comment section. Please do subscribe to my channel Mechanical Motivator and press the bell icon. Then only you will be getting all the videos which I upload. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.